When a dictator takes power, so one of their first targets is usually the art. Either it's used as a tool to promote the state's ideology, or it is stamped out completely in favor of the dictator's preferred style. So let us take a look at some of the art dictators love to censor or use as propaganda. Nazi Germany is a pretty famous example. When the Nazis came to power in 1933, they organized an exhibit of art they deemed degenerate. That included works by Picasso, Dali, and Otto Dix. The Nazis claimed that modern art was a threat to the German people and that the only acceptable art was that which glorified the German nation and its heritage. State-sponsored Aryan art became popular, which often depicted scenes from German folklore or the lives of average German citizens. Meanwhile, non-Aryan artists were either forced to flee Germany or go to prison. One of the most famous victims of Nazi censorship was the artist Günter Ussitz. His painting The Probehort was considered too Jewish, and he was eventually sent to a concentration camp where he died. Another great example is the Soviet Union. In 1932, the government decided that the only acceptable style of art was socialist realism. Works that didn't follow this style were heavily censored. For example, the artist Pavel Piskarev was arrested for his avant-garde painting The Critic. The government didn't like the fact that it didn't depict peasants or workers in a positive light. Then there's Fascist Italy. During Mussolini's rule, art was expected to glorify the Roman past and the new fascist order. The government heavily promoted paintings and sculptures that celebrated ancient Rome. It also commissioned works that portrayed Mussolini as a new Caesar. Many Italian artists resisted this trend, but those who didn't often found themselves in prison or exile. One of the most extreme examples of art censorship was in North Korea. The government controls every aspect of art, and artists must create works that glorify the country's leaders. Those who try to create art for purely aesthetic reasons are often punished harshly. Then we have China. During the Cultural Revolution, the government destroyed many traditional Chinese artworks, including paintings and sculptures. They also banned many Chinese artists and intellectuals. Instead, they promoted artists who created works in the Maoist style. These were often propaganda pieces designed to promote Mao Zedong and the Communist Party. One of the most famous victims of this purge was the artist and poet Ai Weiwei. His work was declared subversive, and he was placed under house arrest. In all of these cases, the art world suffered greatly. Many great works were destroyed, and many artists were killed or silenced. But despite the tragedy, there are lessons we can learn. Art is a powerful tool, and dictators know this. That's why they try to control it so tightly. But by